So it's day 4 of the August Tyndrum gold prospecting trip. Back at the hole. This is the hole I was working yesterday. I was pulling some really big boulders out. That big one there was wedged right in between the bedrock slope going down and trapped in, and after taking that out is when I got my really big picker yesterday. So hopefully once I take that other big boulder out there, work along the slopes, get the crevicing tool in and get in all the cracks, I'm hoping there might be some more good gold come out of that. Now I did fill a bucket yesterday just before I finished, and I'm just about to start sluicing that now. I've just got my sluice set up. I've got it back to where I was working it on the first 2 days because the water levels dropped. There wasn't as much rain overnight last night. So it's back in the original place where I was sluicing on the first 2 days of the trip. So I've got my bucket there, all full, ready to go. So I'm just about to start sluicing it through. And let's see what the bucket that I filled last night has to hold. Well, there's the results of the bucket I filled last night, all sluiced and panned out. And that piece right there is one piece. It's quite an intricate piece. Quite a lot of fine detail to it, so it shows it can't have travelled that far from the source, otherwise it would have been battered flat and all those little pointy bits would be gone. As well as those, there's the usual dotty specky bits as well, but that's the biggest piece of the lot. Not as big as the one from yesterday, but still a good sized piece, so I'm going to get that snuffed up as well as all the specky bits and crack on with another bucket. I'm just sluicing through the first bucket of the day, well the first bucket I filled of the day. I'd say the one I just panned out earlier, I filled last night. I've just got out another big boulder from the bottom of the hole. It's sort of telltale signs that the hole might have been done, just by the way the big boulders have been stacked on top of each other, but it's still been giving out plenty of gold and some good sized pieces, including the best size of the trip. So whether it's just all recent flood gold that's filled back in the hole since it was done last time, however long ago that might have been done. I mean, it might not have been done, but it's just the way that the stones are looking. I'm thinking it might have been, but still, as I say, it's given some nice textured pieces of gold anyway, so I'm going to crack on, get this bucket sluiced through, get it panned out, and see what this one's got to give. Well, there's that bucket sluiced, panned, and again another variety sizes of pieces there, maybe a small picker or really large specks, whatever you want to really class them as, I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, as I said, there's a really dotty, flowery stuff to the right of it as well, but as I said, there's a nice selection, nice variety of sizes there, so they'll get snuffed up, and I'll probably get a couple more buckets in for the day before I need to head off home, so let's get cracked on with the next one. Right, so there's the next bucket filled. This bucket's been predominantly under those boulders, following the bedrock slope going down, getting in as far underneath as I can with the 2.5 inch. The bucket previously, I was predominantly working on the left hand side where I'd taken a big boulder out. That big boulder there, that was wedged right in beneath against all of the hard path in the bedrock. Took a bit of shifting to get it out, but I managed to get it out. It would have been easy with 2 people, but I'm here on my own, so it is what it is. So that came out, that one came out yesterday as well, and it was taking that one out that revealed the big picker, I think. It was that bucket anyway, so I'm hoping if this side doesn't pay off as well as that side seemed to, I'll just concentrate more on that side for the remaining couple of hours I'm here. So I'm just about to go and sluice the bucket, and we'll see what this bucket from this side's going to give. Well, I've just finished sluicing the bucket, just about to clean it out. I always do a quick visual inspection, especially along the top matting, just in case there's any pickers. And straight away there's that one right there. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up or not. Well, I'm going to get that picked out in a second and I'll show you that one. And then I'm going to empty it out and get the rest of the pan. Well, there's that bucket from the right hand side of the hole down. And as you can see, there's a nice selection of spec sizes. And I said, I don't know whether you'd want to consider them small pickers or just extremely large specks, I don't know, but there's still plenty of them, and usual dotty, normal flowery spec size pieces as well, so it's not a bad sign. And we're starting to run out of material from that side though, so I'm going to have to go back to the other side, and hopefully the left hand side is going to produce like that. If not, I'll try and scrape around the right hand side a bit more for the bucket after that, but I'll get these snuffed up and crack on with the next bucket. That's another bucket down. I've just set the sluice back up ready. Just want to fill the bucket again for the next bucket. I'm hoping there's going to be a good gold show in here, because I did actually see some gold held in the top of the matting. It was just too awkward to get picked out, so it's all just gone in straight into the pan. So I'm going to get this pan out now and see what it's going to hold. And there's the results of that bucket. There's that nice picker that I saw in the top of the matting. I saw one or two other bits as well, so that must have been those couple of bits. And again, there's a good selection of pieces in there, as well as the usual dotty bits. So, as usual, into the snuffer and on with the next one. And that's another bucket filled, just about to sluice it. I'm having to move my sluice a couple of times so far today, just because the water level's settling down in the river. There was a load of rain yesterday, pretty much throughout the day. Today it's pretty clear, so the water level is dropping, so it's just constantly altering the flow going through the sluice. So that's the good thing about this little sluice, it just needs a little bit of adjustment or tweaks here and there, and you just set straight back up again. So I'm going to get this sluice through and see what's in this one. Just about to clean the sluice out, and a couple of bits caught up in the top of the matting. There's a piece right there, and then there's another piece just beneath it there. I don't know if you can make that out. There's a couple of smaller pieces just in there. I don't know whether that is or not. But yeah, going to get all this cleaned out into the pan. But at least it's nice to see some bits right at the very top. So, get these cleaned out and snuff it out. Well, there's the next bucket down and panned out, and there's a nice selection of small pickers there. You see, quite nice ones, those ones. And again, the usual dots and specks on that as well, but I'm more interested in the more sizable pieces that are coming out at the moment. And I say there's quite a few nice ones there, so those are going to get added all into the snuffer bottle, and I'll probably get another bucket, maybe two. It'll be a shame to leave it, but I'll fill it all back in once I'm done. And that's the thing with Tyndrum, it's probably that many spots that are even better than what I'm on at the moment, so even if anybody touches it again, it might even fill back in with more flood gold by the time I come back again, so you never know. But as I say, onwards and upwards, snuffer these up, get another bucket on the go. And another bucket down, and another small picker with some nice intricate detail to it. So I say, can't have travelled very far from the source, otherwise all that detail would have just been hammered away, hammered flat, just like all the other bits there. So again, into the snuffer bottle. I'll probably have time for maybe at least one, maybe two buckets, and then I'll have to start heading off home just because it's a 5-hour trip home. So I'll get these snuffered up, crack on with at least one more bucket, and see what that's got to give, and that'll tell me whether I'm going to do another one after that or not. And there's another bucket down, another nice small picker, and another various sizes all around it as well. So again, more to add to the snuffer bottle. It's starting to add up ever so slightly in the snuffer bottle, which is always nice to see. So might have time for one more bucket, and then that'll be me for the day, in the trip. So I'm going to crack on, get these snuffed out, one more bucket rattled through, and that'll be it. Well, that's going to be it for the haul. That's the last bucket just filled up there. Just still got to sluice it, but this is the haul now, considering all of this was well under the water level yesterday, and the water level yesterday was even higher. The material was probably sat lapping up around there on the bank. And I'll say kneecap deep here all the way along, and I've managed to go underneath that boulder, underneath those boulders, underneath here, and all the way down the bedrock slope, and again under there. So if anything, I'm starting to get at risk of an actual cave-in where these are just going to fall into the hole where I'm working, and obviously I don't want to do that either. If I was here for another day, I would have had to widen the hole out, but it is what it is. It's been a good haul, it's gave some good sized pieces. So now I'm just going to get all of these big stones that I pulled out of the hole, push them back in, just level the hole off again, get that bucket sluiced, pan, and that'll be it for the trip. Well, that's it for the last pan, last bucket of the trip. I was hoping for a little bit of a better show for the last bucket, but still, at least it's little bits of gold still. So into the snuffer, and now it's just time to pack up and head off home. I've already filled the hole back in. I'll show you that at the end of the video. So, and also show the full gold total in a minute as well. So that's the lot. So time to get on, the gear packed away, and head off home.